Mic check, mic check. Good morning. Let's get going since we are having our public hearing, hopefully starting promptly at 10. I would like to convene this meeting of the Education Committee. Senator McCrory, do you have any opening remarks?
Good morning. Glad to be here. Early start times for the committee, huh? See what happens when you pass a bill?
To our ranking members, do you have any opening remarks? Oh, sure.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And it is early for this committee, but the earlier we start, the sooner we get done.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, so let's get going. We will be taking final action today. So for Senate Bill 1286, can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor?
So moved. Second.
All right. Moved by Senator McCrory, seconded by Senator Berthel. Any discussion? Voting? Oh, yes. Representative Zupkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, could we start a consent calendar, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. To confirm, we'll be moving 1286 to consent. Is there any objection to starting this consent calendar at this time? All right, seeing none, we will start the consent calendar. I'm sorry, now any objections to Senate Bill 1286 being added to the consent calendar? All right.
Excuse me, Madam Chair. This is Senator Summers online. I don't think you saw my hand. I was just going to request, that's okay. I was just going to request, could you not only read the bill number, but the title for people that are listening?
Absolutely, Senator. Thank you for the
Thank you. Thank you.
SB 1286 is an act concerning the Legislative Commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the education and early childhood statutes. And this is JF to the floor. Sure.
Madam Chair, I would ask that we place this item on the consent calendar without objection.
Great. All right, seeing none, Senate Bill 1286 is placed on the consent calendar. For Senate Bill 1391, LCO number 6271, this is an act concerning the transparency of multilingual learner data. And the S language for this bill is to push out the deadline from July 1st, 2025 to January 1st, 2026, per the recommendation of the State Department of Education. Can I please have a motion for a joint favorable substitute to the floor?
So moved.
Moved by Senator McCrory, seconded by Senator Berthel. Any discussion? Representative Zupkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I got ahead of myself. I ask if we could move this to the consent calendar, please.
Any objections to placing Senate Bill 1391 on the consent calendar? Seeing none, this item will be placed on the consent calendar. Next, for Senate Bill 1393, an act concerning authorization of state grant commitments for school building projects and revisions to the school building project statute. Can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor? Moved by Senator McCrory.
Second.
Seconded by Representative Brown. Any discussion? Senator Berthel.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So I think this is a good bill before us. The only thing that I had a question on, and I don't know if we have the answer here, the bill actually makes, I think, a very important change with respect to additional reimbursement, an additional reimbursement bonus for projects adding early childhood education spaces. And I guess my concern with this is because we've seen things in the past where we incentivize and then perhaps there's a challenge to meeting the objectives of the incentive. And specifically with early childhood, we've had a lot of conversation in this committee and and in the Select Committee on Special Ed regarding the challenges that are facing us with early childhood education, finding educators and filling those, being able to fill those spaces. So I guess I'm going to support this bill today out of the committee, but I'm concerned that we may come back at a future date and time, and if a school has built an early childhood center and received this reimbursement bonus, I guess the question would be, if they can't functionalize or operationalize or open that center, would they possibly be subject to some sort of recourse by the legislature or the state because they received the bonus and now they're not providing the intended service for building that center? And I know, again, I don't know that we can answer the question today. There's nothing in the language of the bill, but it is a concern, and maybe at some point we need to work out some protection that says if you don't do this, or you have a certain amount of time perhaps to open this center once your school construction project is completed. So I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, for raising that potential concern. And I think it will be incumbent on our local districts to do that analysis and ensure they have the staff before they begin on such a project. But I do also want to add, this is something we've heard from our districts, especially as we've shifted the start age for kindergarten, that they have increased demand for pre-K within their schools. And so this is our effort to try to support them as they're expanding opportunities for that population. Any further discussion? Oh, Representative Zupkis.
Thank you. I too will be supporting this bill, but just to add on to what Senator Berthel said, is one question that I heard was, if it's going, they have the project, and then 15 years in, something happens and they have to close it, but they have 5 years left, then what happens? So I just ask that those are some things that we think about, but I will be supporting this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Kennedy online.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry, I had to pull over to the side of the road. I'm almost there. I have a question in this bill in section 2, subsection E1. It states it's an elementary school building project for a new building or for the expansion of an existing building, includes a space, blah, blah, blah. You can see the rest of it. My question is this just for elementary school projects, or is this for all school projects, whether it be in the middle school or, well, mostly in maybe a high school? Can you just clarify that for me?
Representative, I had a difficult time hearing you. Just, were you
I
referencing
apologize.
That's okay. The expansion for the special education spaces?
Yes. So the language in the bill states that the language in the bill states elementary school in that section. So my question really is, these are new building projects. Is it specific only to an elementary school, or is it if it's a high school project that has a child learning center or child daycare in it? I just wanted to get clarification on it, because the language says elementary school. It doesn't just say school projects. It says elementary.
Rep. Kennedy, I think that's a great question, and I think we can explore that. I think probably the understanding was typically the preschool spaces are in elementary schools, and that's probably why it was written that way. And to avoid the potential for a very expensive high school to add on an early childhood classroom and then get an additional bump to an entire new high school. But I'm happy to continue the conversation around that if you think we should expand.
Yeah, I think definitely needs clarification, or we need to because like in my district, our high schools have child centers, and one of our schools is going to be doing an expansion. I would like to make sure that they would be eligible for the 15%. So that's why I just asked that, because like I said, it does say. So, I mean, certainly we can discuss it, but that is a concern. And the other concern is is the limit is 10 years. And I want to make sure that and my predecessor colleagues have stated this before, if the school doesn't remain for those 10 years, or that these classes don't stay to the 10-year limit, do they have to then pay back a portion of what they received? And that would be important to know, because that could certainly have an impact on the school district.
Yeah, I think usually when you're adding classroom space, and I think this is probably within the DAS regulations, you're doing the projections for 10 years out. So if you don't anticipate having the demand for 10 years, then maybe
Mhm.
the expansion isn't the right path for that district. I think it's
Okay.
trying to strike the balance between being responsible fiscal stewards with these dollars in a very large school construction reimbursement program, but also incentivizing districts to make decisions that will grow their ability to serve preschool students.
Okay, well, thank you, Madam Chair, and hopefully I'll see you in a few more minutes.
And
Thank you.
continue to discuss this to make sure we
Okay,
can find the clarity.
great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Rep Corpus.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This question came from one of my school superintendents. We have the building space, we have the classroom space for pre-K, but we don't have the teachers. And so we contract out with basically a third party to provide preschool for students, but the parents pay the tuition directly to, it's very subsidized and it's a very low tuition directly to that outside provider, but the building is provided by the school system, by the public school system. Would that be covered by this? Because it is expanding our capacity for pre-K in a very cost-effective way in our district.
If it's not a publicly administered program and a private provider is paying the district for use of the space, I don't think that would be eligible for school construction reimbursement. If the program's brought back in to the public system, then I think it would be eligible. But again, we can work with DAS and find additional clarity on that for you guys.
I think it's worth considering because it's a little bit of an interim step until you can get all the way there and incentivize school districts to keep going down the path to providing this by the district itself.
And I guess I would add just if it's a publicly administered program run by the district, but with a partnership for outside staff, I don't think that would preclude the district from benefiting. And sorry if I misunderstood originally, but we often do that with related service providers. You'll have a MOU for service provision within the district.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Representative. Rep. Haynes.
We keep talking about it, I come up with more questions. Is there my first reading of this bill was that this is regarding construction projects. From the recent conversation, it sounds like we're also talking about program projects. Are we?
It's about school construction reimbursement. So if you want to offer a new program in the space you have, you wouldn't be applying for school construction reimbursement. This is specifically around construction.
Okay, just wanted that clarification.
Yes, thanks, Representative. Are there any other questions? Is there a motion to add this to consent?
Actually, oh, sorry. If we could do a roll call vote on this one, please.
Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to JF to the floor, agenda item, Senate Bill 1393. Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Senator Berthel,
Yes.
Representative Subkiss,
Yes.
Senator Winfield, Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Anderson,
Yes.
Representative Arseno,
Yes.
Representative Biggins, Representative Bolinsky,
Oh, Rep. Biggins votes yes. Sorry.
Representative Bolinsky, Representative Candelaria,
Candelaria votes yes.
Representative Carney, Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Constantine,
Yes.
Representative Corpus,
Yes.
Representative Dauphiné,
Dauphiné votes yes.
Representative De Fronzo, Representative Felipe, Senator Fazio, Senator Flexer, Representative Foncelo,
Yes.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Senator Gatkar Wilcox,
Senator Gatkar Wilcox, yes.
Representative Gucker,
Votes yes.
Representative Haynes, Representative Howard,
Howard is yes.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson, yes.
Representative Kennedy, Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Representative McGee, Representative Menapace,
Representative Menapace votes yes.
Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Parker,
Representative Parker votes yes.
Representative Poulos,
Yes.
Representative Rader,
Representative Rader votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
Reddington Hughes votes yes.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez, Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Summers,
Summers votes yes.
Representative Smith, Representative Stewart, Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
Thank you.
Representative Manny Sanchez votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. For House Bill 6922, an act implementing the recommendations of the Department of Administrative Services regarding the school building project statutes. Can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor? Senator Berthel moved, seconded by Representative Zupkis. Any discussion? Representative Zupkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to put this on consent, please.
Thank you, Representative. Any objections to placing House Bill 6922 on the consent calendar? Seeing none, this item will be placed on the consent calendar. For House Bill 7009, an act concerning the establishment of the Connecticut State Seal of Civics Education and Engagement. Can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Representative Brown and seconded by Representative Roberts. Any discussion? Representative Zupkis.
Madam Chair, as I understand the basis of this bill, I do have a little concern. I had talked to the good representative that it's his bill, and we had a discussion talking about, I think it is important when, first of all, I'm not sure I really understand the need for a seal, but it could be a cord, as many, I think once you start doing seals, you could get athletes wanting seals and your diploma could become one big seal. But I do feel in this case that for somebody to get a seal in civics, they really need to understand government and being a part of the process. I mean, for me, to get a seal, you really need to go above and beyond. So I will be a no to flag it, because in my conversation, there's an openness to put this possibly in the bill some way. But I have one question, and if I may, Madam Chair, who would look at these benchmarks and these successes or hard work that's been put into this and made the decision as to if someone gets the seal or not?
Thank you, Representative. And I will allow the good proponent and chair of the working group to answer that question. Representative Brown?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the good representative for that question. The concept, the idea behind this is that the State Department of Education would set the criteria for school districts to adopt. And then the school district itself, and this is again similar to the way the process already works for the seal of biliteracy, which the state already offers. A particular school district would then would use that as the measuring tool to determine whether or not the student achieved the civic seal. But the criteria would be set again by the State Department of Ed, and individual districts would be the ones that were responsible for monitoring the progress of this.
Thank you for that answer. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Representative. I think Representative Representative Howard online.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I align myself with the comments of the ranking member. You know, this issue of civics is important, and this, you know, we talked about this at public hearing, and getting our young people involved in civics is extremely important, in my opinion, and encouraging them to get a civics seal is something I definitely support. But as I expressed to the Vice Chair, and as we talked about in public hearing, you know, we live in a very polarizing, partisan world. However, I would submit to the people of the state of Connecticut that sort of polarizing partisanship does not exist in Hartford, because we do the hard work every single day together. We work hard to understand the issues. We don't engage in, you know, one-liners back and forth on a social media platform, but actually do the work. And I think a requirement for a civic seal to engage with an elected official who actually has to do that work and work with other people is important. And I think it's important for the growth of our young people in their engagement in civics. And I frankly think it's important for the future of our society. So I'm happy to hear that there's ongoing conversations about that. You know, because as it sits right now, all of the requirements are coming from members of CEA, and I appreciate that CEA represents itself as a nonpartisan entity. I don't necessarily agree with that, but the point is it's all coming from members of one source, and I think that's something that we need to look at a little bit to make sure that we're preparing the next generation to be a bit more civil, frankly, than what we fostered in our society here today. And I think, to be honest, in Hartford, I think we demonstrate that quite well. And to have young people engage in that, I think would be beneficial for all. So I'll be a no today, and I hope we can work on this going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Brown, did you want to, I guess there wasn't really a question there. Did you need to respond?
No, I'm not. Thank you, Madam Chair. Not necessarily, but I will, as this is something near and dear to my heart in both practice and in policy. And again, thank you, Representative Howard, for, you know, those comments. And the idea is, and certainly there's some room still for discussion on the particulars, that those criteria are still being set. And I could not agree more that part of that criteria needs to be interaction with your legislators. And that's the intent behind this, whether it be meeting with, writing to, communicating with legislators who do this in practice. And I think that's a great idea. So I appreciate the conversation and hope to continue to have it so that we can, you know, fine tune this to make it right so that we can get our young people more engaged in the process. Thank you.
Thanks, Representative Brown. Representative Foncello?
Thank you, Madam Chair. These have been touched upon already. I'll ask again quickly. Again, who's determining the curriculum or requirements for this?
Representative Brown?
Thank you again for the question. Yeah, it would be the State Department of Education puts together the requirements for it, and the districts would be the ones in charge of monitoring and following the progress of a student.
Okay, so there's the question then is there room for alternatives in this, or is it one set of criteria for all the schools?
So the criteria would be set, however, within it, and it's what the task force is putting forward is favors the idea of a portfolio. So it would not be one thing that's produced, not one test taken, not one project. It would be a number of different things that a student could put forward, and there would be options in there for a student. So it would not lock a student into one particular thing they had to do to earn this. They would have some choice amongst the curriculum.
One final part of this then. Is there room for input from alternative sources, such as scouting or maybe even the American Legion or something like that?
That's an excellent question. I think there would be some room for this. Again, the idea and the movement within education, generally speaking, at the moment is to allow student voice and choice. So there would be some room, I think, for conversation too. Again, we don't want to lock a kid into one particular thing that they have to do, but to provide them options to showcase what they've learned and what they have mastered.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Poulos and then Senator Summers online after that.
So people on this committee know that I've been teaching for 25 years. I'm a world language teacher in Reading. I share that just for the general public to hear that. I don't know, maybe in 2018, my boss came to me, my principal came to me and said, we would like to pursue, investigate, explore a seal of biliteracy, which is a certification that I'm a world language teacher. I teach Spanish. I also serve as the instructional leader in my department. This would show, it go on the transcript, the seal, that the students have earned the status of being biliterate, that they can speak, read, listen, and write in a language other than English. And so the state of Connecticut, in a very similar way, has established guidelines for the Connecticut Seal of Biliteracy. We piloted it, we put it into place, and I can tell you just a few things, okay? In a day and age, all right, where kids are seniors, juniors, become more and more disengaged in their education. In a day and age where there are shortcuts to learning, you can literally put your phone up to any text and translate it. You can, easily translate writing, what you hear, audio texts. We need to encourage people. We need to encourage our students, find ways for our students to meaningfully learn and acquire knowledge. And so since Institute, and I'll just to answer some questions that were asked or posed, to earn the Seal of Biliteracy, there are multiple criteria that the State Department of Education puts out to show that these students can demonstrate their biliterate status. It's not just one way. It's not a prescribed. There's multiple assessments they can take. They can score highly on an AP test. They can do an oral proficiency interview. They can take a standardized test that the school wants to purchase. So the districts are given a lot of control over how they want to administer these programs. Since we implemented the Seal of Biliteracy program, our class sizes, our numbers in world language have increased. We've generated more enthusiasm in world language. Students come and they take this test very, very seriously. It helps them when they're applying to colleges. We're in a very competitive, my daughter's a senior in high school. She's applying to college right now. Nationally, it's a very, very competitive field for students to get into college. Having a seal on your transcript that says you're biliterate helps our Connecticut students get into college. And I'll just say lastly, language, in my opinion, is a personal opinion. Language is a vehicle. Learning a language is a vehicle for cultural understanding, okay? And if we take a shortcut to learning language, we're going to take a shortcut to cultural understanding diverse cultures, which is, unfortunately, has become kind of controversial, politicized, like diversity, okay? And to have kids have a meaningful experience to actually learn the content and to actually have a deeper understanding of cultural understanding makes them better citizens. Now, we're talking about a seal of civics understanding. I would imagine that the guidelines that the State Department of Education develop will be vetted. There'll be input from stakeholders. They'll be meaningful. The criteria will be varied. And they will serve, this seal will serve the same purpose as the World Language Seal of Biliteracy have served, to make our students inspired, want to earn the seal, to make them more competitive getting into colleges, and quite honestly, to make them better citizens. A deeper understanding of civics makes people a better citizen. a superficial or shortcut to civics, which we might see with artificial intelligence, kids passing through classes using AI, makes them not as good citizens. So I wholeheartedly support the good representative's proposal, this bill, and I will be voting yes today. And I'll be voting yes every day in the future on making our students better citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Summers online.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. My question is fairly simple. I agree with most of the speakers have said previously. I'd like to align my thoughts with my good Representative Greg Howard. But I do have a question. Is this a mandate for districts, or is this something they can choose to offer? That's important to me because all we hear from our districts, or at least I do and many others, is please stop with the mandates coming out of Hartford. If it is something that they can choose to be taken part of, that's one thing, but I'd like clarity as to whether, once these guidelines are established, we've heard people have faith in SDE that there will be criteria that it's not a one size fits all, et cetera, that will be vetted with different input, not just the CEA, et cetera. So we'll take that on its word and faith that that will happen. But is this something that our districts will have to adopt?
Thank you, Senator. I think that's a great question. I think we all hear those concerns from our districts about mandates, and this is not a mandate. This is something that districts can opt into offering.
Okay, thank you very much for that clarity.
No problem. Is there another hand up online? Representative Haynes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to echo a lot of the comments that were made, and my good colleague across the aisle was just speaking. We were both in a public safety meeting yesterday, and this is just something to just put on the back burner as maybe a possible opportunity for children to do just what Representative Poulos was talking about, and stepping out of the box and doing something amazing. We had 2 young people. One was 13, and I'm not sure the gal, she was young as well. And they both got up to speak about a bleeding disorder bill that we have in public safety. And they did just such an amazing job. They were answering questions of the committee, and they did a wonderful job. So that is definitely one of the things that I would think that would be possibly an avenue to engage for the seal. And if they do that, they can get whatever seal they want. It was great. So thank you.
Senator Berthel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to echo, I won't repeat all of what's already been said. I am gonna vote no today, just as a flag, because I think there's some additional work that we can get done on this bill, as has been expressed by all of our colleagues around the table today. And perhaps when it gets to the floor, we'll be in a spot where we can all say yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And I think Representative Johnson online has a question.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I just wanted to echo the positive sentiments about this bill. In Windham, the Willimantic Police have taken on a great duty with the Windham Leadership Council, taking students from not just Willimantic and Windham, but in some of the surrounding towns over to the Capitol to learn about the legislative process, over to the State Supreme Court to learn all about what the court systems do, just teaching them these different things. And the results have been, they have been able to utilize this in their school work. And so I love to see this happening and being affirmed by by this committee, and then right through to the floor. So I'm very, very pleased to see this, and I think this is a great move forward, and we'll be looking to work with what we're doing here in Windham and what is being proposed here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Representative. I don't think I see any other questions. Oh, sorry, Representative Smith, of course.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I just wanted to recognize Representative Brown as the chairman of our Civics Education and Engagement Task Force for the fine work he and the panel did in putting this together. I was involved early on with this in the original introduction, and it was part of the intention to make this as non-partisan non-partisan and non-ideological as possible. It was very important that it be something that both parties, people with differing opinions, because in essence, civics engagement and civics education is what we do through 12th grade and beyond, but engagement is where we carry that particular form of learning into our day-to-day lives. When I walked around the floor asking for support for the original bill coming out of education, it was easy because everybody, both parties, were all constitutional scholars, and they all had that's a great idea. We need to know, and we need to be sure that the coming generations have the same commitment to democracy and our form of government, because it is something that requires the responsibility of all its citizens. It requires the responsibility to be part of that public trust that guarantees our democracy as it has been set back in the 1780s to today. And I think that somebody mentioned, is this a issue of curriculum or mandates? And I made it very clear to the people at SDE that the whole idea of this was to emphasize the engagement part and carrying in what you've learned into the real world, so to speak. So I applaud all the work of the Civics Task Force, Representative Brown, and all the others for the fine work they've done. And I hope this is part of the ongoing process that will transcend not just this particular recognition of the civics seal, but going forward as a ongoing commitment that we have to future generations to respect, understand, and to live by those constitutional norms that have made this country what it is. And again, I thank you so much for that time and hope that we continue talking about civics and civics education on this committee and others in the future. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Zupkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be quick. I just wanted to say, I don't see this as party versus party. We all want our children to be great. And I think about the young man that came up and testified on this bill. Wouldn't it be super if all our kids could come up and testify and be as confident as that young man was? So I don't look at this as a one party, and just because I vote no, I'm not for the kids and all. Because honestly, I think every subject matter and every child should have this opportunity. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. All right, now maybe I think no more questions. But I appreciate all the discussion on this. Seeing no further questions, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to JF to the floor. Bill number, House Bill 7009. Rep. Leeper,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Senator Berthel,
No.
Representative Zupkis,
No.
Senator Winfield, Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Anderson,
Yes.
Representative Arseno,
Yes.
Representative Biggins,
Yes.
Representative Belinsky, Representative Candelaria,
Candelaria votes yes.
Representative Carney,
Sorry, Carney votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Yes.
Representative Constantine,
Constantine votes yes.
Representative Corpus,
Corpus votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné,
Dauphiné votes no.
Representative DeFranzo, Representative Felipe, Senator Fazio, Senator Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Representative Foncelo,
No. No.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Senator Gatkar Wilcox,
Senator Gatkar Wilcox votes yes.
Representative Gucker, Representative Haynes, Representative Howard,
Howard votes no.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes no.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Representative McGee, Representative Menapace, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Parker,
Representative Parker votes yes.
Representative Poulos,
Poulos votes yes.
Representative Raider,
Representative Raider votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
No.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez,
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez votes yes.
Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Summers,
Summers votes no.
Representative Smith, Representative Stewart, Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have Senate Bill 1350, an act concerning the availability of automatic external defibrillators and requiring cardiac emergency response plans in public schools. Senate Bill 1350, LCO number 6260. Moved by Senator Berthel. Can I have a motion? Moved by Senator Berthel, seconded by Representative Zupkis. Any discussion?
Can you just state what the motion is? I don't know where it's going.
The motion for a joint favorable substitute change of nope.
Yes.
Yes. A joint favorable substitute change of reference to the Appropriations Committee.
Thank you. Love the gusto.
Thanks, team. Any discussion?
Without objection, we can place this on the consent calendar.
No objection to placing this on consent? Great. Madam Clerk, could you please place this item on the consent calendar? At this time, Madam Clerk, can you please read the items on the consent calendar and please call the roll?
A motion has been made and seconded to vote on today's consent calendar. The consent calendar contains the bills as follow. SB 1286, SB 1391, HB 6922, SB 1350. Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator McCrory, Senator Berthel,
Yes.
Representative Zupkis,
Yes.
Senator Winfield, Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Anderson,
Yes.
Representative Arseno,
Yes.
Representative Biggins,
Yes.
Representative Bolinsky, Representative Candelaria,
Representative Candelaria votes yes.
Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Yes.
Representative Constantine,
Yes.
Representative Corpus,
Yes.
Representative Dauphiné,
Dauphiné votes yes.
Representative DeFranzo, Representative Felipe, Senator Fazio, Senator Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Representative Foncelo,
Yes.
Representative Jenga.
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Can you please turn on your camera, Representative?
Ooh.
Representative Jenga?
Okay, is it on now?
Yes. How
Yes.
would you like to?
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Gibson? Senator Gadkar Wilcox?
Senator Gadkar Wilcox is yes.
Representative Gucker? Representative Haynes? Representative Howard?
Howard votes yes.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes yes.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Representative McGee,
McGee is yes.
Representative Menapace, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Parker,
Representative Parker votes yes.
Representative Poulos,
I'm a yes.
Representative Rader,
Representative Rader votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
Reddington Hughes votes yes.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez,
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Summers,
Senator Summers votes yes.
Can you please repeat your vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Representative Smith, Representative Stewart, Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The votes will be held open until 10. We have, yep. For Senate Bill 1350, LCO number 6260, can I please have a motion for a joint favorable substitute change of reference? Nope.
We just did.
Sorry, guys. For Senate Bill 1287, can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor?
So moved.
Moved by Senator McCrory, second. Seconded by Representative Menapace. Any discussion? And just for clarity, Senate Bill 1287 is an act concerning schools. Representative Zepkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I will be a no on this today, flagging it, as we don't know what is really going to be in this bill yet. So I just want to flag it for everyone's to know. Thank you.
Thanks, Representative. Any other questions? All right, seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
A motion has been made and seconded to JF to the floor. Bill number SB 1287. Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Senator Berthel,
No.
Representative Zepkis,
No.
Senator Winfield, Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Anderson,
No.
Representative Arseno,
Yes.
Representative Biggins,
Representative Biggins votes yes.
Representative Belinsky, Representative Candelaria,
Candelaria votes yes.
Representative Carney,
Carney votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Yes.
Representative Constantine,
Yes.
Representative Corpus,
Corpus votes no.
Representative Dauphiné,
Dauphiné votes no.
Representative DeFranzo, Representative Felipe, Senator Fazio, Senator Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Representative Foncelo,
No.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Senator Gottkar Wilcox,
Senator Gaddis Wilcox is yes.
Representative Gucker,
Yes.
Representative Haynes, Representative Howard,
Howard votes yes.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes no.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Kushner's yes.
Representative McGee,
McGee is yes.
Representative Menapace, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Parker,
Representative Parker votes yes.
Representative Pulis,
Yes.
Representative Raider,
Raider is a yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
Reddington Hughes is a no.
Representative Roberts, Representative Roberts, Representative Emmanuel Sanchez,
Rep. Emmanuel Sanchez votes yes.
Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Summers,
Summers votes yes.
Representative Smith, Representative Stewart, Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Last bill on today's agenda, House Bill 6924. Can I please, which is an act concerning public education in the state. Can I please have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor?
Motion.
Second.
Moved by Representative Roberts, seconded by Representative Brown. Any discussion? Representative Zupkis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I will be a no today to flag this. This is a very large bill, and our public education, I do believe, needs a lot of focus. And so I'm anxious to see what will be in this bill, but not knowing what is in it at this point, I will flag it with a no. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Seeing no other questions, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
A motion has been made and seconded to JF to the floor, bill number House HB 6924. Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator McCory,
Yes.
Senator Berthel,
No.
Representative Zupkis,
No.
Senator Winfield, Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Anderson,
No.
Representative Arseno,
Yes.
Representative Biggins,
Biggins votes yes.
Representative Belinsky, Representative Candelaria,
Candelaria votes yes.
Representative Carney,
Carney votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Yes.
Representative Constantine,
Yes.
Representative Corpus,
Corpus votes no.
Representative Dauphine,
Dauphine votes no.
Representative DeFranzo, Representative Felipe, Senator Fazio,
No.
Senator Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Representative Foncelo,
No.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Senator Gacard Wilcox,
Senator Gacard Wilcox votes yes.
Representative Gucker,
Yes.
Representative Haynes, Representative Howard,
Howard votes yes.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes no.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Yes. Kushner's yes.
Representative McGee,
McGee is yes.
Representative Menepace, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Parker,
Rep. Parker votes yes.
Representative Pulis,
Yes.
Representative Raider,
Representative Raider votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
Reddington Hughes votes no.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez,
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Summers,
Summers votes yes.
Representative Smith, Representative Stewart, Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I think we have Senator Flexer online.
I'm just waiting to vote on the first bill, Madam Chair.
That's fine.
How would you like to vote on 1393, Senator Flexer?
Senator Fletcher votes yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Do we have anyone else online who missed any votes?
I did, Rep McGee. I missed a few.
Rep McGee, you may cast your votes.
How would you like to vote on 1393, Representative McGee?
Yes.
And how would you like to vote on HB 7009?
Yes.
And with that, you're all set, Representative McGee.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, can I vote on the other items?
Yes. How would you like to vote on SB 1393?
Yes.
And how would you like to vote on HB 7009?
Oh, which one's that? Oh, yes.
Okay. How would you like to vote on SB 1287?
No.
Okay. And how would you like to vote on HB 6924?
And
Wait, you voted on that.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And how would you like to vote on the consent calendar?
Yes.
Okay, and you're all set, Senator. Thank you.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
thank you. On SB 1393,
SB 1393. How would you like to vote, Representative?
Kennedy votes yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Yes, thank you.
Madam Clerk,
Yes, Representative.
did I miss any?
Let me just take a look real quick. So
Same question.
yeah, let me take a look. Representative Sanchez, you're all set.
Thank you.
And let me check for Biggins right now. And you're all set, Representative Biggins.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Madam Clerk, I think I missed the first vote.
Yes, you did. How would you like to vote on SB 1393?
Yes.
Okay, I have you down, and let me just double check. Yes, I have you, and you're all set, Representative. Thank you. Representative Johnson?
Did I miss any votes?
No, you're all set as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, are we good?
I think we're good. Yes.
Thank you very much. We are lucky to have the best clerk. And thank you to the members for your patience with a very quick meeting this morning. So with that, this meeting of the Education Committee is adjourned. We will reconvene for our public hearing at 10:15.